What is going on, gamers? It's your boy DaleyTactics here, and today we are back with some more Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 2. And in this video, we've got a doozy. We have 1 million soldiers, modern soldiers, that is. And that includes redcoats, shotgunners, American assault soldiers, German soldiers, and Sherman tanks. The more modern weaponry of Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 2 is on this team, and they are being led by John Wick, who, the man, the myth, the legend, the Keanu Reeves, is up here leading the charge right now. And they are going up against 6 million ancient soldiers being led by the one, the only Cleopatra, who is somewhere in the middle of this massive mix of soldiers, and I don't know exactly where, but she's in there, I promise that. So these are all of the ancient armies in the game. So that includes people like the Spartans, the Romans, the Persians, the Egyptians, both spearmen and warriors, as well as medieval knights, archers, and catapults. And so 6 million ancient soldiers are going up against 1 million modern soldiers. Let's find out what happens. If you guys enjoy this video, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below if you'd like to see some more in the future. Let's get into it, boys. What's up, gamers? I'm here to tell you about Instant Gaming. Instant Gaming is an amazing place where you can get some fire deals on all sorts of video games. Seriously, it's like 60 to 95% off, as you can see here. These are all of the Star Wars titles they have. They literally have every Star Wars title. You can also get XCOM here, Men of War Assault Squad 2, all of the games I play on the channel you can buy here for extremely cheap prices. If you use my affiliate link in the description, it helps me out a ton. So thank you guys for listening to this sponsorship, and thank you to Instant Gaming for continuing to sponsor the channel. Alrighty then, gamers, here we go. The first shots of the battle are being fired over this way, and it looks like we mainly have American shotgun units, who I think are actually the fastest of all of the gunpowder units, which makes sense because they've got the shotgun. They need to get nice and close, but the American shotgun units right now are pouring fire into a lot of medieval units. Actually, a lot of medieval archers are up here, as well as some Spartans and some of the Pharaoh's warriors. The Pharaoh Queen's warriors up here. Almost all of the melee units getting gunned down very, very quickly. However, a surprising number of modern units are dying on the battlefield as well because of all of that archer fire that's coming in. They're actually doing a lot of damage to these shotgunners, way more than I ever would have expected to be done this early in the battle. And actually, right now, the modern units are only outpacing the ancient units by 5,000 kills. One has 11,000 kills, the other has 6,000 kills. That is not a crazy deficit between these two, and of course if it continues that way, which I don't really think it will, but let's just say it did continue in that trend right there, then the ancients would win with only losing 2 million soldiers. However, the gap is already starting to go greater, as we have now 22,000 kills from the modern soldiers and 7,500 kills from the ancient soldiers. Basically, the ancient soldiers, they're gonna start getting mowed down more and more as more of the modern soldiers get to the front lines, especially these Germans and redcoats who have good range, as well as the Sherman tanks, who are kind of stuck in the back because of all the soldiers in front of them right now. So they'll only increase in their numbers of kills during this battle. So the idea of an ancient win here is essentially that perhaps the ancient soldiers can charge them and move fast enough and swarm enough that they can kill a whole lot of these, modern soldiers and just basically overwhelm them. That's what the ancients need to do, is overwhelm. Plus, they've got those archers, which will be handy in the overwhelming of them as well, at least a little bit. And those catapults. Those catapults should be pretty effective, although the catapults are suffering the same fate as the Shermans right now, since they're basically stuck in the back lines for the next, probably hour of this battle. Okay, maybe not hour, but like a very long time they're going to be stuck in the back and not really able to come forward or anything along those lines. By the way, I have no idea where the heck John Wick went off to. We knew he was charging first and foremost, head first into the battle, but he is probably lost in the swarm, and I would be genuinely surprised if we ever saw him again. But check this out over here. Tons of shotgunners, all pressing the attack on this tiny little gap right here. And actually, a number of them are dying in here as the different ancient warriors come up and over this gap to swing at them. But it's just an absolute firing box right here. No one is escaping this awful pit of despair right now. Absolutely brutal. Holy cow, what a terrible space to be stuck in during this battle. For both sides, really. Right now, we are looking at 140,000 kills for the modern units and 19,000 kills for the ancient units. I'm still shocked that the ancient units have 19,000 kills right now this early in the battle. That's pretty impressive. And I think their kills will increase more and more as they lure more of these modern units into the castle. I think if the ancient units can bring most of this battle into the castle itself, then they'll be in really good standings for the rest of this, because that is just going to be their bread and butter over there. Just such a good spot to fight. By the way, this way left flank over here, there are some modern soldiers dead over here, but they are just slaughtering this archer army over this way. Just slaughtering these archers. Holy cow, the archers are not doing too hot over this way. No siree, they are not. I mean, bows and arrows just do not compete super well with gunpowder. It's just not a good combo. Either way, right now, 224,000 kills for the modern units and 24,000 kills for the ancient units. Why don't we go ahead and do our first time lapse of this video here? And I'm honestly thinking, what if we did the time lapse over here at this, like, Gateway of Doom? This just seems like a fun place to watch the battle go down. So let's do a little time lapse right here. Okay, so at this point in the video, we have passed 1 million kills for the modern armies, but the modern armies have lost 51,000 soldiers. Look at this. This body pile is almost up to the top of the wall now. That is, let's just say, very impressive. That's kind of crazy. Also, it looks like the ancients have pushed the modern soldiers back to this gate as well, so they've lost some ground over there, interestingly enough. However, over here, most of these archers have been successfully slaughtered, and now it's mainly warriors attacking over this way and surging forward, but they have basically no hopes of even reaching these guys over here. It's just such a difficult terrain to pass through. Tanks also getting involved in the battle a little bit more, basically providing some almost artillery-esque fire in there, so that's pretty pog. The right side for the ancients is looking pretty worse for wear currently. I mean, look at these body piles that they are currently dealing with. Absolutely brutal. The Romans are actually getting the closest right now and managing a couple of kills here and there, which is pretty impressive. And that's mainly because their shields are probably the best out of any of the ancients for taking bullets or any sort of projectile. They can survive at least a little bit of a projectile barrage from the enemy. And that's why the Romans are just really valuable resources during this battle overall, and are doing a pretty decent job of striking down a lot of these modern soldiers over here. So that's pretty good right there, I will say. The catapults, when are they going to be entering the battlefield? They're still just so stuck back here. There's just so many soldiers back here. Look, they've flooded the entire interior of the castle, which is actually a really good idea. If they can continue to flood the interior of the castle, I think they've got a real shot at winning this thing, because the interior of the castle is just such a great place to be able to get really close to the enemy. But they are verging on almost 2 million deaths now in this battle, which is, of course, a crazy amount right there. Why don't we go ahead and do another time lapse right here of this gate entrance? I think that'll be pretty neat. Let's do that. Maybe set it up like right like that. Okay, we're at the halfway point in the battle now, with the modern forces having 3 million kills, which is really, really good. That's half of the ancient forces here, obviously, and the ancients have almost 100,000 kills, which is only 10% of the modern forces. However, their catapults have finally reached the front lines here, so that could potentially mark a good turning point here for the ancients. Maybe they will start getting more and more kills now, and the battle is really just beginning. Well, maybe. We'll see if that spells true. There's still quite a number of them in here, which is good, and the modern forces have not been able to breach through this gate, really. There's a massive pile of both modern soldiers as well as ancient soldiers just building up here, as we saw during that time lapse, which was pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie, that was kind of dope. Let's check on this flank over here, and it seems like, just at a glance, is not going too well for the ancients. No siree. There are some catapults up here, though. Actually, quite a number of catapults up here, so maybe they'll be able to sling some rock and get some kills with that. I mean, at least they'll get some kills, that's for sure. But here come the Shermans, and that is a catapult killer if I have ever heard of one. For sure. Oh god, please don't crash. Oh, okay. Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that frame rate drop? Yikes. Alright, still a ton of catapults back here, though. Still just an absolute metric ton of catapults back here. So, you know, the ancients, I think, still have a lot of kills in them. And look, they just passed the 100,000 kill mark. Very nice. And I think as these catapults are just now sort of getting introduced, they're going to start rapidly getting more and more kills as the battle goes on, because that's by far their strongest weapon against these modern soldiers here. Either way, at 3.4 million kills for the modern soldiers and 101,000 kills for the ancient soldiers. Let's keep this thing going and find out who wins. I have a feeling it's going to be the modern soldiers at this point, but you never know. Weirder things have happened. Okay, so I let the battle run for a hot minute here. And we're looking at 5.1 million kills for the modern soldiers and 159,000 kills for the ancient soldiers. So it's obviously looking like the modern soldiers are going to take the dubski here by far. But we did see at least a smidge of a comeback from the ancient soldiers. They did better in the second half of this battle than the first half, primarily, I think, because of those catapults just raining down heckfire against these guys and getting some good hits in there. So that was nice to see. However, it's definitely going to be an L for the... Oh, my brisket's ready! Y'all hear that? I'm making a brisket. The oven's going off. Guys, I gotta go get my brisket. I'll be back. Alright, gamers. Still got a little bit more time on the clock for that brisket, but ooh, baby. Does Daly like a good biscuit? No, not biscuit, brisket. I do like a good biscuit too, but oh man, brisket. So good! Oh, I can't wait. Alright, either way. we got more deaths for the modern units. Modern units are definitely losing a lot more soldiers right now. I will say that. They are now at 181,000 deaths, which is almost 20% of their total, but 5.5 million deaths for the ancients at the moment. Ancients are trying to come down this hill over here to attack across this river, and it's just not working out for them, baby. It is just not. So the modern army is about to actually completely flank the castle over here, and I think the units inside the castle have the best shot of surviving for now, since they still are holding this gate. Now Scout is playing with his toy. First the cooking timer, now Scout. We got so much background noise for this video, I apologize guys, but I'm not about to take away his squeaky toy. It would break my gosh dang heart and his heart all at once. Either way, the modern units are still not through here, which is crazy. This is probably where they've lost the most men out of this whole thing. Absolutely nuts. And there's also an entrance over here, and they're still not over through this way either, which is kind of crazy. Oh, there's the squeaky toy. And they might even start an attack over through this gate too pretty soon. So, we'll see. Scout's, I'm gonna go play with Scout while this battle continues. Alright, it's been another 20 minutes now, and we're at 5.87 million kills, which the kills for the modern soldiers are coming a lot slower now, and actually, the ancient soldiers now have 200,000 kills, which is pretty decent. Not too shabby at all. But, that being said, I mean, it is looking a little bit more difficult for the modern soldiers to get into the actual castle here, and it's creating almost a bit of a siege is what we got going on right now, which is kind of crazy. And this is actually best case scenario for the ancient soldiers, because right now they're getting more kills than ever through this tactic that they're doing. So why don't we go ahead and do another time lapse of this wall right here and the potential entrance of the modern soldiers against these ancient soldiers who are, still holding this gate right here. So let's do that. Rightio then, Gamus. That is the end of the battle right there, and we end up with 209,000 dead modern soldiers, which is about 21% of their total, and we have, of course, 6 million dead ancient army soldiers. So, obviously, Scout's still playing with the squeaky toy. Obviously, the modern soldiers dominated, but it was still a pretty fun battle to watch. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Please be sure to hit the like button if you did, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below if you'd like to see some more. Either way, guys, I'll see you on the next one. Peace!
I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.
Also, if you guys want to join our private Minecraft server, all you gotta do is join as a Patreon member, a Twitch sub, or a YouTube channel member. Once you've done that, you can message me on those platforms or on Discord, and I'll whitelist you on the server. It's a great time. Feel free to join.